Hello, this is our pilot episode. I'm Ben.
I'm Jay Miller.
Yes, that's Jay Miller or Jamil.
No, don't reveal my name to the
Sorry.
people. No.
This is probably the
Anyway,
least professional podcast you'll ever hear in your entire life, but that's okay.
yeah, I hope you like it, because
hmm
otherwise you won't. Mhm. So,
I
what's our
hope you
name,
like it, because
Benjamin?
otherwise you won't. Thanks, Jamil. Really
Yeah, yeah,
offering
yeah.
some insight.
I know it's cool. Okay. I'm a philosopher. What the Greeks had Socrates.
Socrates,
You guys have me.
bro.
Um,
The reason why I knew what he was gonna say is because this motherfucker sent me an image with that as like the caption.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh yeah. What's our name, Benjamin, for this
What?
podcast?
What's our name? The Unscripted Podcast, because we
No.
literally have no idea what we're doing.
Mm, no. We're gonna have to go with something different, Benjamin.
Really? What ideas do you have in mind?
I don't know. This is a Saturday night. Wait, it's not Saturday, it's Friday.
Yeah.
It's a Friday night Discord call.
Friday night Discord call.
Yeah, just literally what it is.
Just have it
Mhm.
just be the most literal name possible.
Yeah, I don't. We're going for a more. It's literally just us doing a Discord call.
Yeah. Usually podcast hosts don't actually discuss what they're gonna do with their podcast during the podcast.
Well, we're better than them.
We're built different.
Yeah, I don't see the point, bro. It's like those guys can't have fun, bro. They're like trying too hard to be fun. There's no fun in that. Speaking of fun, I have no topics that are fun. That's
Sick.
great. hmm Uh, yeah. Let's see. What what topics do we typically talk about in an unscripted podcast? You guys probably don't want to hear about our political views, my
Jamil,
bad.
what's your unironic political ideology? Get yourself canceled in the first episode.
Anything I say, we're gonna lose half of anyone who's listening.
Okay.
I'm gonna start a
I
sentence
mean,
with
half of
some
zero is still zero,
political
so
favors.
we can just go ahead.
Oh, yeah, just destroy everything in the first episode. That's great. Mm, Wait, we haven't introduced ourselves, really, have we?
Yes.
We should. Like, they just know our names. And I've been saying Benjamin every other sentence, so they know yours for sure.
Yeah. I'm in my last year of high school. Going
Whoa,
into
really?
university. Yes, I know.
Same.
What a crazy concept. We were in the same class.
No, me and you have never been in the same
Actually,
class.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, me and Bernard, we've known each other since grade 7, but only from playing basketball at
Yeah,
lunch in middle school. And then high school, you just left, bro.
I
You went to a
abandoned you.
different school. Yeah, but then you transferred back. So yeah, oh, bro, that was actually like insane. Like everybody left. Like everybody went to different schools in the start of high school.
Yep.
Like all the guys from middle school.
And then they realized that our school was the way.
No, yeah, schools changed like jurisdictions and stuff. Anyways, long story short, everybody who went to different high schools that I knew came back to my school. So we got the entire group back together in our third year of high school. Now we're in our last year. Yep, we're gonna be university majors in like, what, majors? Is that
Yeah,
a term?
majors is like 8 years, you know.
University students in
A year.
yeah,
When did we become
literally.
adults? God damn it.
I hate it. I hate it. Like, I don't want to be sad all the time. I hate adults. God damn it. Like, there's a reason all these adults that they say like, "Oh, enjoy your youth," because like they hate themselves right now.
Which is maybe the worst thing to say to people that are like hating their life and be like, oh, it only gets worse.
Oh, yeah, depressed kids, bro. Imagine saying to a depressed kid, "Hey, it only gets worse, buddy." Like, okay, man. Yeah, me and Bernard Jimin, we're high schoolers. Ooh. Wait, we only have. Jesus, we are actually gonna be. Me and Ben both like are gonna be 18 in like few months actually.
Yep.
Less
That's what
than
I mean.
3.
When did we become adults? It's wild.
Jeez, that is, yeah. One of our friends recently, like two of our friends recently had birthdays like yesterday, and then became like 17. But then like we're gonna be 18, so
Age
goddamn
disparity.
soon. Yeah, we can't even hang out with our friends anymore. We're gonna be so different, and just yeah, just a physical change. I'm gonna. What do adults have that teens don't?
Um, Mortgages. I don't know. Think of the
Yeah,
most
I'm gonna
boring
be paying
thing
for a
every day.
house. Yeah, 18. I'm just gonna start paying. Wait, do it. Wait. Oh no, my taxes. They're gonna be painful.
I still have no
Mm.
idea how taxes work, like at all.
I mean, you've never had a job, so you're fine.
Well, yeah, but like the fact that I'm about to enter university and I don't know how to file taxes is crazy.
Bro, you're like most kids. It's fine. You can.
I
It's
love
pretty
our
easy to do
education
taxes
system.
in like this country. Like,
Is it? Do you know how to do taxes?
my teachers and I talked about this. That you find a program or something, and the tax it'll kind of just guide you through it. Your taxes. It'll take you like a few hours at most if you actually have a lot of stuff. Taxes aren't supposed to be hard unless you run a business. Then you're screwed. Then it's gonna be hard. Oh wait, I'm a business major, or I'm gonna be. So
Yeah, business major with
yeah, business major with a comp sci minor.
yeah,
Oh,
because those two
I've
have a
never
lot
done
of
comp sci.
overlap.
No, literally, everybody says that comp sci is the best. Like, what is it? Program? No, just best, just for any like field. Like, you go into comp sci, you need comp sci. You go into business, you need comp sci. You go into like engineering, you need comp sci. Bro, you can probably go into dance theory and still need like comp sci.
I
Like,
needed my knowledge of arrays to work my cash register.
yeah, at this point, it's gonna be needed. I mean, my end goal for comp sci. Okay, I think I've told you this before. You're not gonna want to hear me out after what I say, but keep hearing me out. You know how like AI is becoming like big and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. So my end goal. You know how like in movies, there's always a scientist that goes a little bit too far
So
with
I'm
like
about you're about
uh,
10 words into your sentence and I already hate it. So go ahead.
for the progression of humanity and science and
Okay.
stuff.
So
I
you have a
would
mad
be
scientist.
willing to do some really bad things. I'm just saying. Should I be saying this out loud?
Yes.
Anyways,
Let the world know.
think about it. Military, like, actually, no, I feel like I'm gonna go into actual serious stuff if I start talking about the military. I was gonna talk about like military droids and stuff. And then I was like, okay, that's actually real. That's actually happening with the U.S. governments and stuff. All the world governments. You know what? We're gonna change topics real quick. Anyways, my end goal is to become a scientist that goes too far
So
and
your
makes
end
things way
goal is to
better.
become a criminal.
No, they're not criminals, bro. They're heroes. Like I'll be in the same like line as like Newton and like Einstein and
You
stuff.
could have just said innovators instead of scientists that it had gone too far. It's like the worst possible framing of that.
Yeah, well, we'll innovate AI. I'll give it life. Bro, I'm excited for the future. Are you, Benjamin?
No.
You don't even know what you're going into.
Yeah. We're also
Real.
about 10 years away from the world suffering a giant heat stroke, so that's also an issue.
What? I didn't hear the last one.
Global warming.
That's not real.
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
sorry. I'm
forgot.
sorry. I'm
I forgot.
sorry.
I forgot that it's not real. You're
Oh,
right.
oh
On
yeah.
the whole AI
You,
thing, like, do you think that it is actually like there have been stories for years, decades about like the dangers of AI and stuff, and like with some of the new AI technology, like it's gotten so good that it's actually causing problems, like deep fake technology, AI art.
yeah, I think that more. I mean, I know the government's like kind of stopped development of AI to an extent. I know that because it's just been causing a lot of problems, and it's only gonna get worse with certain things. The government wants to, but I feel like AI wouldn't be stopped. Like it's development. Like it doesn't. You know what the singularity is? So we're actually
I've
diving
heard of
into
the
AI. I
concept.
didn't think this was gonna happen.
The
It's basically
unscripted
the
podcast, ladies and gents.
just gonna end up in random topics. In a few minutes, we're gonna go to therapy. Um, basically, the singularity is like the idea that like maybe we've already reached it, maybe we are gonna reach it, but it's the idea that like it's the point of no return. It's kind of like the event horizon of a black hole
Yep.
in our life. Basically, it's the point at which we go too far with AI or just technology in general, and we kind of seal our fate.
Like it's to where like the AI have more, they have more capabilities than us.
I mean, there's different. I feel like I described.
I mean, all the
Yeah,
problems that I listed are like AI being used by humans in a malicious way. So it's like it's bad, but it's like a tool that's still being used by humans. Like it's not like
yeah.
we're
Oh
at any
God,
threat of being taken over or anything.
but people, it's happening. Like people are losing their jobs. I mean, that's always been happening, but
Yep.
it's just accelerated to such an extent. And with development, it's just gonna get. It's always been a story because everybody can see it. Even people from like 100 years ago could see that AI was gonna do stuff, take over. And that's been a theory for a long time. Just technology will go out of control. I'm betting on it too. Okay, Ben, how about this bet?
Okay. Is
Bet
this what you're gonna
right
do with
now.
the mad scientist thing? You're gonna
Yeah,
create
I'm
the
gonna
AI
singularity
revolution?
by myself. I'm
Right.
gonna reach it, and everybody can blame me. But yeah,
And they're gonna spare you because you created the whole Roko's basilisk thing.
yeah, I want to be. Yeah, Roku's Basilisk. If should we explain what that is later? Yeah, sure.
They could just
Roku's
search it up.
Basilisk. Yeah, just yeah. Screw you guys. Just search it up. Just
Yeah, we don't care about our fan base. Fuck you.
search it up later. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Roku's Basilisk is gonna call me master. It's gonna cook for me. It's gonna be my bitch. Roku's Basilisk is gonna be like my housemaid.
Okay.
It's a time traveling serpent. It can like wash my feet or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. You're hearing me right now, Roku's Basilisk. I own you. I own you. I'll create you. Jamil dies in a tragic car accident. Who'll get the eulogy at my funeral?
um, your
Oh,
parents?
after Roku's Basilisk kills me. No, I don't want my parents to give it. I don't care about my
Okay.
parents. No, I need one of my friends to do it.
I don't know. Who would you
No.
want giving your? I mean, I guess you can't really choose. Like you can't choose when you die.
Oh no, I can choose now. Then you can like make it a thing.
Yep.
Sam would do a good job. Sam. Yeah, I want Sam to do it.
Yeah. We're talking to you, Sam. Any
Yeah,
Sams in our audience listening right now?
yeah.
You're gonna do Jamil's eulogy.
You know, like people say, like, oh, the people who died, they wouldn't want us to be sad right now.
Yeah.
That's just false. I can't. I
That
want
is
everyone to be
true. Like
sad.
if like it would be almost insulting to me if nobody was sad after I died.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But
I want
at the
you
same time,
guys
I
to
still
weep.
understand that sentiment though. Of
The
like,
sentiment, yeah, of course. Because the people who are left behind are basically like the ones that are hurt, yeah, by the loss. So those words are meant to comfort the people who are left behind.
yep. And like especially if it's people you care about, you don't want them to be sad. Period. You know.
Yeah, that is fair. But yeah, I want everybody to cry at my funeral, just weeping, just cannot breathe type stuff. I'll
That
be
is
I'll be
like
chill if
that
yeah.
is like an intrusive thought that I've had. That it's like if I died, but I faked my death, and I could actually see the out, like the
Bro,
backlash of my death. Like how would that? What would that look like? This is a crazy thing to
Dennis
admit.
plotting. No, I'm down. Wanna do it
No.
sometime? Let's check the cut.
Intrusive thoughts. There's a reason why they're intrusive.
Well, yeah, I'll do it sometime. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well,
About a week, you're gonna see
wanna,
local Canadian boy dies in car accident. Very real car
yeah,
accident.
wasn't orchestrated by Roko's Basilisk and me. How cool would it be to own like a time traveling snake
Uh,
that listens to you?
it would be scary, but also cool.
Yeah, pretty. Like, imagine driving to school on a snake. And like you miss like a due date or something, and you just go get it on your snake and just go back in time real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's time travel.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of cool stuff with time travel. Like I wouldn't do any of like the, oh, I'm gonna make money by stocks. Actually, no, I probably would, but
Too bad it doesn't
but
exist, because if it did exist, we would have seen time travelers by now, probably.
depends. Depends. I'll figure it out at some point. Someone used to lock me in a room with like a bunch of croissants and
A
like
complete non sequitur, by the way. But okay, go ahead.
and I would figure it out. Like if you just lock me in a room for like
What do you
five
mean
hours.
figure it out? What are you figuring
Time
out?
travel.
Croissants. Oh,
Yeah, just croissants for like nutrition, and that's it. Chocolate croissants. I don't eat plain croissants. I'm not an animal.
wow.
Yeah. Anyone who eats plain croissants, I hate you.
I only
Cash me
drink
outside.
smart water. Unlike you plebeians.
Smart water? What is smart water again?
You've never seen smart water before?
No.
The stupid like water that you see in grocery stores that is like has some minerals or whatever that are supposed to be like help you, but like it tastes just like water and it's like 5 times as expensive.
Classic. Sell water to a fish. That's my favorite line. But you know that business rap thing?
Business wrap?
Not business. It's like that weird video with Luigi like rapping,
Oh, I've
explaining
seen
about
that
how like
video. Oh my god, about the fucking economy.
yeah, exactly.
This is how
That one.
capitalism works, explained by Luigi.
Yeah, that video. Gotta
Yes,
love that. But I think we did a decent introduction right there. Then we got distracted again. That is a good distraction, AI. Random, actual, real topic first.
craziness.
Yeah. Anyway, what are our talents? Yeah, we're introducing ourselves.
Yes, my
It's like our
talents.
resume.
Um,
Yeah.
I have zero redeeming qualities. Moving on.
Real. I'm good at crab walking.
Crab walking. That's all you look for
That
in a person.
also I'm really good at programming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
are really
learned.
good at programming. You in quotation marks.
Yeah, quotation marks. Yeah, in for context, I believe it was 40. No, it wasn't 40. It was 1 hour ago,
Yeah.
a bit over an hour ago, that I learned print world in Python.
Yeah.
Ben's been taking comp sci classes for like how many years?
Two. No, no, no.
I
Three.
mean, yeah,
Three.
yeah, 3. Yeah. I've never been in a comp sci class, and I want to take it for university, so that's great. Yeah, we had a real topic. Let's talk about something really rand. Ben, okay, let's go back to our AI topic.
Okay. Go ahead.
There's actual things happening, and like the AI, like ChatGPT type stuff.
What does that
Do you know
mean?
there's AI girlfriends?
Of course.
Like that's actually a thing that genuinely is
I
real
believe
now.
it.
Like they have like personalities. People have programmed personalities and stuff for
That's a dating simulator,
like
Jamil.
girlfriends.
We-
It's
We've seen this before.
no, but this is it actually responds to you, not just like select prompts. And, yeah, there's no predisposed dialogue options. You actually type to it, and it responds back like it's real. It's it's a thing now.
Oh, I've seen. Have you seen character AI?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's just like I heard it like recently got an update and like it changed slightly, and people were genuinely like sad because like the girlfriend's personalities
This
changed.
is their like defining relationship of their life.
Yeah, that's insane. And I feel like it happens to like it's becoming a thing. It's insane to me. No, she's not even that insane. It's just like I can. People are just lonely. I think
Yep.
it's human nature. We're
Yep.
social,
Yep.
and when you can't get
Especially
that,
in the
you
internet
get
generation.
desperate. I get desperate as hell. Yeah, internet might be the worst thing that ever happened.
It's the best and worst invention ever.
Yeah, genuinely. It just ruined everything. Yeah, I genuinely think like one of my friends, Sam. She her dad like takes away her phone like every other like day,
Yeah.
basically, and limited screen time.
Yeah.
And like she complains about it, but like I feel like she has a better like grasp of like things than I do because like I don't know, just she doesn't spend all her time
I
on the
feel like that's
goddamn phone.
that, but oh yeah, I mean I guess that's true, but I feel like that's a weird thing to do because she's 17. Like I feel like she has control. She should have control over her own life.
Yeah, that's I agree with that, but like that's a good lesson. Like once she becomes an adult, she'll not be as reliant on the phone as someone like me.
Very true, I guess.
Like sure, once she's leaving the house and whatnot, like it won't she won't have those restrictions, but she'll still follow them because I don't know. I think she's better because of it. Yeah. How reliant I am. Like, but at the same time, like, it's good.
I'm cutting this out so I can say. Okay, yeah, he's back.
Yes, I'm back in the game, baby. Sorry, someone broke into my house and I had to like fight a bear.
Yeah. Right.
It's a pretty tough fight, but bear doesn't know boxing.
Yeah.
It's just an animal. Stupid animal. It doesn't know like martial arts like I do. Bro, it doesn't know Muay Thai. It doesn't know uh, anything else I know, bro. It's stupid little animal. Except it's pretty tall. But
I mean, it's
yeah,
also like got a 5 times like a weight difference on you. That's fine.
bro, jiu-jitsu can like destroy that. Weight difference doesn't matter in jiu-jitsu. That's like the entire point.
I think weight
Brazilian jiu-jitsu specifically.
I think weight difference matters once you get to that weight difference.
Bro, it's just a bear. It can't handle like my chokes
It's just a
and my
bear.
arm bars, bro.
No one's ever died to a bear before. Bears are the least threatening animal in the world.
Yeah, bro. I know. But my buddy Eric, he had a pet bear.
Who's Eric?
Next question.
The voice is in his head.
Just because they don't exist doesn't mean they're not real. They're real to me.
Just because they don't exist doesn't mean they're not real. You should put that on a wall. I mean, that's literally friggin' the AI. Just because they don't exist doesn't mean that these people can't depend on them.
Let me write that in my random things document.
Okay. Yeah, Jamil has a random things document, and it is possibly the dumbest collection of human thought I've ever seen with my eye.
You want me to read a line from it?
Sure, go ahead.
So this is the most recent line I added, other than the just cause, yeah. Um, Pandas are black, white, and Asian.
I mean, is he wrong though? R slash technically true.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I love my random thing doc. We got some great lines in here. Like there's a classic. Nintendo would burn an orphanage down if there was a kid named Luigi in it.
Okay, I haven't heard that one before.
Pro debate tip. If you ever start losing an argument, physically attack the other person. If they can't defend themselves, their argument is invalid.
Very true.
I've seen that happen in real life, especially in a high school setting.
Yeah, because our high school was filled with.
Yeah, just only bad people in our high school.
Very true.
I fight like, bro. I walk into a classroom. It's just like
All out brawl.
it looks like a fight club, bro.
On the social media topic, I think I legitimately think that what are the sentence of words? I think I legitimately think. I legitimately think that like my mental health is worse because I look at social
Yeah,
media like often.
I agree.
Like the amount of negativity and just divisive shit I see there on there like on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Instagram is the worst when it comes to that. Like it could be the most wholesome post you've ever seen in your entire life, and the entire comment section is just a hellscape.
Yeah, no, I try not to go on Instagram. The only reason I do is because Sinclair messages me random cat memes and I have to respond. Otherwise, like I'm not.
I mean
I
that's
don't.
its only purpose. So
Before I used to like randomly like zone out and then I'll find my like phone in my hand and I'm scrolling through Instagram. I'm like, oh, damn it, happen again.
just an instinct.
Yeah, just doesn't. Issues, man. Everybody got issues. Mine are just way better than everyone
Yeah,
else's.
let's compare our issues.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
let's do that. But yeah, it's true.
Tier list of
Mhm.
issues.
That reminds me on the topic where I rated people one time.
Yeah, because he did do that. He rated real life people.
And yeah, like people in our friend group. That is great.
That went
That
over
didn't
well.
cause any problems. Am I an asshole?
Yes.
No, man, no. Would you say that? My feelings towards the internet are so mixed. Like, okay, let's go back to the J. Miller young days, right?
Yes.
Be me, young lad. I find the computer and becomes like my best friend because I realized at that point that I preferred being in front of the computer instead of hanging out with people. And then I just started watching stuff on like YouTube, and that didn't have any negative effects on my mental health. Unrestricted access to the internet, what could
Yeah.
that possibly do?
There's
Anyways,
never been
that did go
any
down
proven
well.
side effects for that.
That was great. That actually wasn't bad. And then I just learned so many things. Like I learned English and a few other things. It was great. Like right now I'm learning like film stuff from the internet. Just
Wait,
complete.
okay. I've known you for how many years now? I actually never knew that English was your second language.
Did we actually?
No. It's really good for a second language. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you
I
picked it up like later, like the amount of fluency.
I mean it is early. I was like I basically spoke it at home. I know like four languages, five question mark. It's like Bengali, um, Hindi, Urdu. They're the same language, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, Hindi and Urdu, they're literally the same. So it doesn't count.
Like, are they actually the same
Um,
language?
it's like the same. It's a difference between like
Is it just
U.S.
different
English
dialects?
and British English.
Okay, yeah,
That's
they're the
literally
same
it.
language.
Yeah,
There might be like one or like a couple of slang words that are different. Besides that,
basically. Different words for God and whatever. Yeah. French, of course, because yeah,
Canadian school system.
yeah. Let's go. And yeah, that's it actually. Yeah. What about you, Bernard?
I can only speak three, and like I'm losing fluency in the other two: English, Chinese, and French.
Chinese. I'm pretty good at Mandarin
Yeah.
myself.
Say I'm pretty good at Mandarin in Mandarin.
No. Okay, you
Get
have
you
to.
canceled for cultural appropriation. First episode. Let's go. Did your like mic just die?
No, my mic is working
I
just
heard
fine.
like I heard like an explosion. Not an explosion. I don't know how to even describe what I just heard.
Uh,
But
Probably just Discord.
that is
Oh yeah,
like
what are
Discord. It's the best voice call like app I've ever tried. But there are times where it just randomly changes my settings to where my mic is different, or like my mic is not working, or like I don't know.
never happens to me actually.
Like how many times have I joined in a call with you and I'm just completely silent because my mic is just not working. I have to change
Okay,
it.
yeah, that happens pretty often. Oh yeah. What are your hobbies, Benjamin?
For
These
my
people gotta
hobbies,
get
I
to know you a bit.
like playing sports, basketball.
Basketball. Loser. Sorry,
How dare
sorry.
you be physically active?
What else?
Uh, gaming, video game.
Yeah, no shit. We're in high school.
Yeah, every single modern internet teenager,
Hmm.
every single modern
Except
internet
for me,
person,
actually. Except
except for you. You're a gamer.
yeah, you know I don't play games. I mean, sure, the guys play Minecraft here. No, I don't. And maybe I play a little bit of Word Bomb, which I don't think counts,
Yeah,
by the way.
I'm a
Hmm.
gamer. I play chess.
But everybody also plays chess. Literally everybody. Like the
Yeah.
jocks in my school, English class, they're just playing chess.
Well, it's just such a universal game that anybody can play. You know.
Yeah, chess is interesting. Oh yeah, my hobbies.
What are your hobbies?
Hmm. The typical movie. I like watching movies and I like making movies.
W.
From video editing to directing. And drawing, of course.
Yeah.
And reading. That's yeah. That's a decent some hobbies.
You could lump reading and TVs like as just an enjoyer of stories, like of stories told through
Yeah.
medium.
I also write, so yeah, exactly. I just can't write novels. Every time I try, it ends up with me breaking down at my keyboard. But every time I write a screenplay, which is literally just a novel but in screen form,
It's just a script, right?
it just works better.
It's a script.
Yeah,
That's not a
it's a
novel in
script.
screen form. A script is not because there's gonna be like blocking and like stage direction,
I mean, yeah, but for blocking and stuff, that's mostly
acting.
like shot blocks.
Yeah.
That's
But still, it's very
uh,
different from like a novel, I would think.
It's more restricted. Like I feel like creativity exists more when you're restricted by something than when you have unlimited reign. Like
Because
probably,
you have to like
yeah,
work with what you have type thing.
yeah. Like if you give someone like a, whenever I write on like just a novel, like I can go anywhere with the story. There's just so many different things I could
Yep.
just
Like
absolutely.
that
I can break continuity. I can change how I'm
like
writing.
that
So
amount of
many.
choice is just not conducive to being like writing a good story, I feel like.
Yeah, you need to set parameters. Well, with screenplays, you're limited by your actors, you're limited by money, you're limited by physical locations. So you are forced to be creative, which I
But at the
think
same
works
time,
great.
like I feel like unlimited like you can do more. Like there's more creativity to be had when you have no limits. But it's just
Yeah,
easier
of
to
course, there's more creativity
there's
involved.
it's just easier in like a screenplay
Yeah, if
like
you're
to be
limited.
creative.
If you're really creative and you're limited by something, I feel like you'll create something way better than if you're like semi-limited. If you're semi-creative, but
Really? Then
you're
then
not blocked
what do you think
by
about like
anything.
live action versus animation? Because animation you can really do whatever you want because there's no
No,
limits.
that's.
Like you don't even have to adhere to physics with your characters.
I mean, animation typically is better than live action. No, like in everything ways, everything we've ever seen. Just to, no matter what, animation is better than live action.
That's not. I feel like live action movies have been better than animation.
The best of animation would lose to the best of live action. But if we were to talk about like adaptations, like two things that exist in the same, like exist in different mediums, but are this like the same story essentially, I feel like animation wins.
Hmm.
But that's more based on who's working with it than the medium. It's, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's complicated. I don't like thinking. That's for idiots.
Thinking is for idiots.
Oh yeah, that is one thing. I should talk about this. I have this belief that thinking is once you're good at something like math or like physical activities too, like mostly people think about this in physical activities, but I think it applies to like math and stuff too. It's like when you reach the highest level of something, you don't need to think about it at all.
Yeah. It's something I agree with as well. Like it just becomes muscle memory.
Essentially. I mean, yeah, like whenever I draw, I don't think about drawing. Like I don't think what I'm doing, what am I doing here, what am I? It just happens, and I kind of like zone out.
Like in basketball, you don't have to think about your shooting form. It's just ingrained within you because you've used the shooting form so many times.
Yeah, like initially you'd have to think about it, like when you first start. But that's what like thinking is a training mechanism, I think, for human beings, for like skills.
Very true.
But at the highest level, it doesn't. Thinking is more of thinking shouldn't happen. I know that sounds stupid, kind
I
of,
mean
but
that applies to like that doesn't apply when you're trying to be creative. I feel
fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
like in terms of creating art, I feel like you always should be
My end goal is to not think about anything at all.
thinking. The thoughts
Reach
head empty.
nirvana. Yeah. Should I create my own religion?
That did not. That came out of nowhere. Actually,
The cult of no thinking.
cult of no
Every
thinking.
people are creating cults all
I
the
think
time.
that's
Why can't
called
I
a
create my?
belief.
Yeah. So I'll become. Actually, I'm gonna stall myself right there for the reasons of not getting canceled, real quick. Yeah. No, I'm not saying anymore. Even if it would be really entertaining. I've been resisting the urge to talk about like TV shows I like.
You can talk about them. Who cares? Go ahead.
No, I will not.
Will not.
Because like I have nothing interesting to say other than this is really good.
Yeah, that is true.
Want to talk about Borat?
Okay.
I
Go
watched
and
the
talk
two
about
movies,
Borat, the most current phase.
bro. It's because he does the same type of humor I do.
Yeah.
So basically, at school, I kind of do character comedy. Like I've always done character comedy, but then recently I watched Borat, and I realized,
He
like
is literally the ultimate character comedy like character.
yeah, I realized that that's like the highest level of my comedy. Like I'm not very like I can't do Dave Chappelle humor. I can't do like all the other type of comedians.
Yeah.
But character comedy comes to me naturally. That's what I've always done. It's what I'm best at. in terms of comedy.
Borat, for those
Getting
who
into a
don't
character.
know, it's basically this comedian called Sacha Baron Cohen. Is that his
Yeah.
name? I might have gotten his
Yes,
name
you
wrong.
got it right
Okay.
actually.
And it's basically him like taking the name of Borat as like a false name and him pretending to say these like insane things to groups of people and just seeing their reactions to it. It's hilarious.
I've never seen like some people I've known in my life, like Sinclair and stuff. They all lost it when I just played like different characters. Like I took the character comedy and just like increased it to like the near level of Borat, and I've never got such positive responses. Obviously, I wasn't. Borat goes a little bit too far, but like, yeah, he wouldn't work in a
In a school.
proper. Yeah, I mean, in high school, probably he would. Honestly
Yeah, we do
speaking,
hear some crazy shit in high school, like in the hallways.
I'm pretty tame. I'm pretty tame. No, no, Borat.
Borat.
Love Borat. No, I'm glad I watched both movies. Ooh. But I just yawned. I'm sorry, guys. I yawned.
How dare you have human biology?
I hate being human. Become machine.
Transcend.
I mean, we could probably do it realistically, like just like create AI versions of ourselves, no?
But then it becomes like this whole philosophy thing of like what it does it mean to be human. I just don't want to deal with that.
I mean, yeah, there's no point because like we ourselves would uh, not exist, but uh, it's still fun. I was thinking about just randomly starting talking about mental health.
I mean, that's a fine thing to talk about.
No,
It isn't? Oh, okay. Never mind.
feelings shouldn't. Nobody should have feelings, especially guys.
Just generally.
Yeah, just generally, it's just bad to feel anything, and if you do, you should always suppress it.
Yeah. That will never end poorly ever.
Yeah, no, just keep everything in.
Yep.
Anger, sadness, happiness. Don't be happy. Don't be anything.
Become don't be human anymore, become robot.
Yeah, that's just how it should be. What's the point of being anything?
That's
That was
nihilism.
way too deep a
We're on
question.
nihilism now.
I'm an optimistic nihilist. You know
So
that.
am I.
Oh crap! Damn it! I actually had this conversation with a big man. I'm debating if I should say his name out loud in this context because I don't think he would appreciate it. But let's think. What's a name that starts with J? George.
George.
That's
Yeah.
the funniest guy ever. Name that starts with J. George with the J. Let's go. Let's go, George. So George, George, the guy from our lunch table. Um,
Yeah.
so basically, he's just a nihilist. Just just a pure nihilist. He doesn't believe life amounts to anything and stuff.
That guy is a very pessimistic person, to be fair, so I can see
Yeah, like he's like, I'll never amount to anything. No girl will ever love me. My parents,
is
nobody will.
that
I don't.
nihilism or is that just like a like pessimism? Like just lack of a growth mindset.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes on this stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're 17.
Yep.
No, you're not even 17 yet. You're like 16 right now.
And besides, like
Just-
interpretations of events, like how you feel about an event, is entirely based on like your interpretation of it.
yeah, that's one thing people don't realize. It's like how much your perspective is just kind of
Important to
non-existent.
happiness.
No, the way people see things is just too biased. The way you see your own face, or the way you see
Yep.
just other people, especially when you.
Like it's almost
It's like
used.
this in
Go ahead.
physics. We have this. There's something called a inertial point of view and a non-inertial point of view.
Okay.
It's basically in an inertial point of view, everything is fine. There's just like you can calculate stuff like Newtonian physics still works, but in a non-inertial like point of view, it just doesn't make sense if you like the way we see things. It just doesn't work. Like it should, but it doesn't because of like how people kind of see it. It's like it's
Yeah.
a frame of reference. It's kind of
Like
it's not
it's pretty much
it's not even
useless.
remotely similar
Yeah, it's
to
pretty
what
much
we're talking
useless to
about,
be self-critical because
but
like it's not a proper. You can't
it's just
properly
not.
see
We can't
yourself.
measure it.
Yeah.
It's like when someone says like something about, oh, this person's better than me or anything. I'm like, you don't know that, you idiot. I'll punch you in the face next time you say
Like the
that.
only
Okay.
time that can happen really is like if it's an objective thing.
And but the thing is, it's never objective. Like, sure, like someone would be like, oh, they're better than me because of grades and stuff, which it's its own argument by itself, like the
Yeah.
grade part. It's just like, well, for this part, you say grades, but if you somehow did something in a different objective way, because of like your own innate like self hate, you would just kind of lower that. You'll minimize its like value to it, and then you'll be like, oh, this person's prettier than me. It's like, you idiot, you're judging that based on like nothing.
Well, I
It's
mean, you
like,
can say this person did better than me on this test, and like if they got a higher mark, that's objectively true. But if you say this
yeah,
person is smarter than me because they did better than me on that test, that's a whole different conversation, right?
yeah.
So,
It's kind of like the reason why I never want to take an IQ test. It's just
yeah,
like
I don't
there's
like I don't
no
like putting a
point
number
in doing
on
that.
my intelligence.
Yeah, when it's not even really intelligence, it's something. It's a measure of something else entirely. It's like we. Yeah, that's another thing. Intelligence. It's not. It's you can't find like. There's no way to actually understand if someone's truly intelligent
Yeah,
because like it's so many different factors. We think of intelligence as one thing, but it's
there's
just
like intelligence in terms of like how quickly you learn things. There's like social intelligence. It's
yeah,
just
like there's so many different things. You can't just be like this person is smart. Sure, some people like academics are like incredibly smart. Like that's the way we typically view smart people, just they're academics,
yeah.
and that's fair, I think. Like for the most part, but just like when you start saying like in general or like other things, it's kind of the reason like people have so many different skills. Like,
I think
uh,
the Albert
I
Einstein quote is like trying to teach a fish how to swim up a tree. Like it'll never swim up that tree.
hmm, I don't know that quote at all, actually.
You don't really? It's like super iconic. Like the idea that like each person has their own unique set of skills. So trying to make every single person fit into that like mold is just wrong.
Yeah, completely. That's just I didn't think about people are so different, and that's another thing that bothers me about Einstein. Not bothers me. You know, nobody. He never took an IQ test because he just didn't feel the need to. Kind of, I believe he said something about it, but
Then why is
kind of
there
like
like why is
there's
there a
no point.
number? There's a number like associated with Einstein's IQ. Are they just making that up?
I'm not joking. They actually made that up. Like
Bro,
scientists are like,
that's
oh, we
actually
guessed this
crazy.
based on. He never took an IQ test. You don't really.
Yeah.
You can't just be like Einstein was this smart because he actively went against that philosophy of doing that. It actually pisses me off when people just ignore everything and just be like, "This is it." Like, no, he never took an IQ test. The only number we have is like 139 or something for his IQ,
It's
or
higher than
130.
that. Like that number that they like like just completely guessed.
It's based on like estimates. It's like the same thing with Newton. Like, it's like they didn't have IQ tests around this time, guys. You know, the only way we have these numbers are just because people judge themselves smart enough to judge him
Yep.
to judge his intelligence. Like, I mean, it's done on specific parameters. It's like, oh, they'll look at certain things, but it's like, that's not defining intelligence, you idiots. My God. So IQ is not that. It's just specific tests and different things. Like I believe in the military, they test fluid IQ, which is the idea of like, which is based on problem solving and other stuff,
Yeah.
which would be more applicable for a soldier.
Yep.
Like that kind of makes sense, you know, like what would be a better soldier? Whatnot. But just generally IQ tests, like they say certain things. It just what's the point? like like people. I don't know. I hate IQ tests. I hate people. I mean, I guess we. Oh yeah, I should probably explain this to the viewers. My therapy thing. Can you explain it, Benjamin?
I don't know what your therapy thing is. Like you helping people out.
Yeah, I've told you this before. Like the basically around the school, I'm kind of like I like I'm friends with a lot of people, That's kind of my thing. I'm an extrovert to the core, and I talk to a lot of people. And people have this thing where they like me a lot, and that kind of started in middle school. It's only gotten better over time, where I have my social skills, and I just started like therapizing people basically. Like they'll just randomly
Therapizing.
just is that a word? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't. It probably is not. I've never heard therapizing before, but go ahead.
Yeah, just I randomly people just talk to me about their feelings and like whatever. It's just like I'm not therapizing. I'm not saying you have this and stuff. Be I'll just listen. I don't really give advice a lot of the time. I mean,
That's
I
a
do.
good. That's a good character trait to have, though. Like people feel, like they
They can
feel.
trust me.
Yeah,
I think the best thing someone has ever said to me is that is this line, like in quotations. Start of quotation. I trust you more than I trust myself. End quote. Bro.
I love how you did the start and end quotation like that mattered at
Yeah, I
all.
don't know. There's no need to do that. The viewers aren't that dumb. Mm, yeah, no, that felt great. I was like, damn, okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me explain how to be a good, not a therapist, just a good person, real quick. We talk about this like every other week, I think. Basically, if someone's telling you your problems and stuff, telling you their problems and stuff, or how their day's going and stuff is bad, or like just stuff at home or anything really, you don't they don't really want advice from you unless they ask for it.
Yeah,
Like doesn't matter what gender, whatever. The best thing you can do,
just listen.
the best thing, like it's genuinely listen. It's just not just like let them speak. It's just like listen, and so like the next time they mention it, you can mention specific things and just show that you actually care about them. Just random people. Like it doesn't matter who you do this to, but they'll trust you. Like, and it'll make them feel better. Just do that. Let's go back to George real quick.
Yeah.
One time, I've seen him do this. Sinclair was telling George something really bad, and he basically started an argument with her.
Okay.
And I was like, "You idiot!" Like in my back of my mind, because like she like messed up a test,
Um,
uh, and then
I
she was
feel
like
like.
talking about it.
Go ahead. Yep.
Like that's not that serious, I know, but like it's still like minor thing. Just like let her complain about it instead of like he's like no, it's good. Just make an argument out of it. Like no, you like just just let her speak, you idiot. Now she feels worse because of it, you dumb fuck.
I feel like I've been guilty of that as well, though. To be honest, of like
Really?
maybe not an argument, but like I feel like I've been guilty of like because I don't really understand like the
Mm,
struggle that somebody else is going through. I like ask them questions about it constantly and like how does this make sense type thing. I feel like I've been guilty of that. So, but I definitely
mm,
agree with the concept. Like even like earlier this week when George, as you call him, talked about like him like his 4 minus his math test. Like I was like I want to understand the mindset behind somebody that cares about grades this much instead of like just listening to him rant and comforting him because obviously he's frustrated. You know,
I mean
like I
that
feel
that
like
one was just weird. I don't blame anyone for not doing that. That was just a weird concept. Like I'm talking more in the context like grades, whatever. And that's all high schoolers are just gonna have to cry about their grades. Like that's just something we have to get used to. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Doesn't matter how you're always crying about your grades
yep
because they're never
because
gonna be what you want them to.
yeah, exactly. Once you start becoming used to doing well in school, like that is your expectation from now on. And whenever you don't hit that, then you're gonna start complaining about it. Type thing,
And you're always gonna aim higher than like yeah.
which you currently are.
Well, yeah, like I don't want an 86 average. I want a 96. But I'm not gonna get that. Like maybe I will. Maybe who knows? But uh, I just I just want to go to Harvard, man.
Is that too much to ask? Going to
Is
Harvard?
that too much, guys? Just MIT, guys. It's not that.
It's just MIT.
Just it's just
Like I
yeah.
might accept Princeton as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If things get really rough, yeah. Except Princeton.
A
You know.
concept that I'm like interested in because you talked about like how people are essentially like revising Albert Einstein's IQ, even though he never took an IQ test, is like
Yes.
how much of history that we accept as fact might just be not true.
I mean, there's so much. Like,
Yeah.
there's like, like the current calendar that we use.
Yep.
There's like, I believe there's a high chance that it might be off by 300 years because the people who made it, uh, there's a high chance they could have like messed with the time because, uh, like, if they messed with the time, that would mean like the year that they were like making it, they would exist in the 1000th year, like the first millennium, instead of 700 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they might have just changed, might have adjusted the full-on calendar by 300 years just to be more special.
That's crazy.
And then there's like the typical stuff like we can't really judge stuff in history
Yep.
because
We can't judge stuff in war too, because I feel like history is written by the victor is a concept that I've heard thrown around before, where it's
yep.
like whoever wins a war, or like whatever country that you live in, like it might paint history in a different way just because.
What's up? One thing. Speaking randomly, random topic change. Uh, I really respect Germany. Like after like their education system for like history is insanely good. I believe it's like one of the best in the world
I'm pretty sure,
because they
yeah,
take
that like that
complete
they, yep,
responsibility
yep, exactly.
for what they did in Second World War. And I'm calling out Japan real quick. They did not. I believe there was this video I watched recently
Hmm.
where they showed like the swastika
Yeah,
to like people of like Japan, and they could not like a lot of them could not like say what it was.
that's
Like they just
wild.
couldn't tell. One of them said, "Oh, is it a band logo?" And I was like, "Okay."
I mean, if you really have no idea, then I can understand why you would say shit like that.
Anyways, I respect the German whatever stuff. They're taking responsibility for stuff. Mhm. Yeah, going back to the therapy. Yeah, that's kind of what I do mainly. It's not just like it's insane how many people I do it with. Like, okay, that sounds weird actually. How many?
It's
How many?
insane how many people I do it with.
Yeah, guys. Sorry for the flex, guys. I'm sorry. It's insane how many people I have uh treated? Question mark? No, just been a friend to is probably the
Yeah,
best word.
it's not like you're a psychiatrist and you're giving a
Yeah, I'm not
diagnosis.
diagnosing them people. I'm not giving them let's talk about your past. Let's connect this and this.
Hmm.
No. It's just yeah. Most of it is just me. Like a lot of people just generally don't have people to talk to, which is really sad. I
Yeah.
feel like we're not as connected like as we would have been like a few years back. Like I mean with the pandemic and stuff. Like I feel like we lost a lot of social skills.
The pandemic really fucked us up, huh? Our
Yeah.
entire generation.
Speaking of which, I I recently saw a TED talk of like in like 2014, like
Yep.
of like in released in the year 2014, but Bill Gates talking about how we're not prepared for the next pandemic.
Oh my, yeah.
And I was like, okay then. Okay, dude. It's like it
That
wasn't
must
that
be
predictable.
crazy to watch in like context, hindsight.
Yeah, yeah. That's insane. And we basically weren't like that was horrible. Like the things that happened. Like insanely how badly things were dealt with.
Yep.
Just everything was just bad. Social skills were messed up. Like the teachers were talking about it in my school because I'm pretty friendly with most of the teachers at our school. I don't know. Like all of them were telling me us like that like they have noticed like an actual change in like attitudes with like younger students, like the
Yeah.
students that are just a year or two younger than us, because of like the fact that they completely missed like middle school
Yep.
and just you can see its effects because like they missed 2 years of development essentially just by
Yeah.
staying at home. Like 2 whole years. That's yeah, and that's actually like the school is talking about like how there's so many issues that they've had with the newer students that they never had with like the older ones.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mostly to do with like internet stuff too. They grew up more with the internet than like we did, I think. Even yeah, no, I feel bad for our teachers, honestly. Like people don't realize how many problems the school has because the teachers deal with them in like a confidential way. Yeah, no. Thanks. Thank you, teachers. That's why I always bribe my teachers. I always give them gifts.
Is it a gift if you're getting something in exchange?
Like good grades. I like. I give them chocolate. They give me good grades. I think
Very
that's a fair
true.
deal. Yeah, I think I've done good. I think thoughts on our high school experience. It's grade 12. We're grade 12.
I
Let's go back.
don't know. Uh, I mean, my high school experience. I don't
Was
know.
interesting. Yeah, yours
Yeah.
was interesting. Yeah, no, I stayed in our school the
Yep.
whole time. I met new people. Like grade 9 was garbage, but after that was
Grade
great.
nine for everyone was garbage because, for context, for us in grade nine, that was when the COVID year hit. So
Yeah, online school, bro.
4 hour
Bro, I had to do
classes.
gym online. Like,
We had to like keep track of our like exercise, and nobody did it. There's just nobody. There's just no
bro,
way
I,
anybody in our
I,
class
I
did
actually
that
did do
exercise.
them. I actually
Really?
did do them. I'm a different breed of
He's an
on
academic warrior.
yeah. Bro, my grade 9 average was the highest it's like ever been. Period. Then every year it's dropped after that,
Yeah.
basically.
It was
Hmm.
definitely weird for me because I was going into a school where like I didn't really know anybody. So because of that, I didn't get many close friends. But in this school, I feel like I've gotten more close friends.
Yep, you should thank me for that. Yeah, I hooked Ben up with some people, guys.
That sounds really weird.
Thanks. Weirdly enough, like I think I don't know, like in the like I felt like my mind change, like like literally like change of like moods and stuff as we progressed through high school. And
Interesting.
like I think it's like my currently it's I'm the happiest like I've ever been like in high school.
That's sick.
Yeah, I mean that's probably has to do with the fact that I don't have to worry about universities anymore. I got my offer, so I'm kind of done.
Yeah, I still have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's a different feeling, bro. It just hmm.
It's interesting
Yeah,
that you
guys.
say like you've heard your mind change, or not heard.
Yeah,
you've you felt your mind change because for me, I still feel like I'm the same as I was in grade eight. But obviously, I'm probably not. Like if I met my grade eight self, I'd probably be very different. But
no, no. I'm just self-conscious, aware. I feel like self-conscious is a different.
yeah,
Yeah, big fun, big fun. High school. Anyways, the therapy session over. What else? Oh, yeah, Ben.
yes.
We gotta think of a thesis for our podcast, otherwise people won't
Well,
enjoy it.
yeah, we gotta think of some supporting paragraphs.
Yeah, my English teacher would cry watching this podcast, yeah, hearing us, bro. We don't have any like overlying themes and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like this is unorganized, bro. Where's
yeah. This
the?
is possibly the least organized podcast I think you could possibly have.
I mean, not really. I think we've had some good like different points, because like, hmm, I feel like as we like progress, I mean, yeah, possibly if you progress, I feel like people who like watch this will get to know our friend groups better. I think. Hmm.
Organized
Like
podcasts don't
dynamics.
review the podcast in the podcast.
No, yeah, no. We're gonna review the podcast. We're gonna talk about what's gonna happen, what's not. Trust. It's more fun that way. Hmm. Just yeah. I mean, we're gonna edit this later, guys. Don't. Every time I say the word edit, just make sure to edit it out. We'll get more serious and like more. They'll get to know our personalities better. Our children, and
Our
also this has to
children,
be edited well edited, among other things, and then there
our
needs to be
children,
tags and stuff. Yeah,
who are our
children.
children in this
Wow,
context?
the viewers.
Oh, okay, that's chill actually. It's very
Yeah.
not parasocial of you.
No, yeah, they have to be attached to me. Otherwise, there's no point.
Okay.
I need them to be attached to
I love Dream.
Benjamin.
I love every single one of my viewers. And I know all of you personally, and I'm friends with all of you.
Yeah. This is not parasocial. Yeah, no, I'm friends with all of you. I'm basically like your best friend. Speaking of which, do you want to talk about the Gumball versus Dream drama?
No,
Oh, okay.
just
Yeah, they
instant
must have
no.
heard it by now already. Bro went against a drunk teenager who was yelling slurs and stuff
Yeah,
and still lost.
no.
Uh,
When I first saw that like article, I was like, "What does that even mean? Gumball versus Dream? Like, what does that mean?
yeah, anyways, we're the new Joe Rogan. What's a duel that people know?
What's a duo?
Is there like a
Shaq and
popular
Kobe.
duel?
Shaq and Kobe. The new Shaq and Kobe.
Shaq and Kobe?
Okay, there's
Like
no
in
way you
YouTube
just.
context, bro.
Oh,
Bro, I'm not talking about basketball, bro. I mean baseball.
yeah, baseball. Well-known baseball player Shaquille O'Neal.
Hmm. Sounds like a baseball player.
Are you like?
Mm.
Is this a joke? Because I actually can't tell if you don't know who Shaquille O'Neal is.
I depends. Do I want to play a character right now or no?
Depends on my mood.
Mm-hmm. My name Aborat. Shaka. He's a football player. No, no. I mean soccer. He plays soccer, right? I saw him on World Cup,
Doesn't
right?
have much potassium, unfortunately. So
Yeah, inferior potassium. Mm-hmm. Anyways, you know,
somebody who doesn't know
like popular
Borat, that was
YouTube.
maybe the least comprehensible last minute like ever.
Yeah. What's the okay, yeah? What's a popular YouTube duo? Ow! I destroyed my foot. Anyways, popular YouTube duo? Question mark.
Popular YouTube duo. Uh, go ahead and search this up. Popular YouTube duo on cool.com.
I have never heard of any of these people. Okay, the only ones I know are Ian and Anthony from Smosh,
Oh yeah, that's
which are
definitely one of them.
classic. And everyone else on this list, oh yeah, Red and Link, of course, obviously. But that's
John and
it.
Hank Green.
I
Thoughts?
mean, yeah, those are cool. Those guys are cool. So is the ERB, the
Yeah, Epic
Lloyd
Boyd and
and
Nice
Peter
Peter.
guys. But that's what like. I'm looking at the other people on this list. I'm like, who are you?
Dude, you go on YouTube, there's so many like 10 plus million subscriber channels that you've just never heard of before. Guaranteed.
Yeah, no, it's YouTube's too far gone. We need to reset everything.
Yeah.
Actually, we should just reset the world. I don't see the point.
Just hit the reset button. This is a failed simulation.
Bro, it is. I don't like it. Like, we're too far gone. We need to just change everything. What are we talking about, man?
Popular
So,
YouTube duos, and then we started talking about
anyways.
like the inevitability of this world's downfall, which is a very natural segue.
It is. YouTube, world end.
Yeah,
I mean, YouTube itself is like, in America, I'm pretty sure there's like anti-monopoly laws and stuff.
yeah,
But like, that doesn't didn't really apply to YouTube because at the time, internet stuff was complicated.
yeah. It was new as well, so they had not
Yeah.
created like a set way of dealing with it yet.
I mean, they still don't understand the internet. Like, like if you watch that, like, hearing with the TikTok CEO
Yeah,
dude,
I've seen that a
whatever.
billion times
Oh, it's
before.
why are people who don't know anything about technology in charge of technology?
Because there's dumb stuff about like every single person in office is you look 35.
Like it's something we're struggling in our school at the moment. So you know how I'm basically the head of like the tech department in our school.
Are you?
I mean, I'm not actually. It's just best tech student, and I'm
So
also like
therefore, you're the head of the tech department. Got it.
I also keep track. I'm the only student in our school with a teacher email because
Why?
they decided that is a good idea.
Why did they give you a teacher email?
Now, I'm an official tutor for like our school board,
Oh, I see.
right?
Yeah.
So they had to give me a staff email. So yeah, I'm one of the few people in our school that. But yeah, I consider myself the head of the tech department because I'm I'm the best film student. Not even tech student. I don't know anything about film sci. I just I'm just in I'm just a good film major. It's because I keep track of stuff. And do you know the current in our school board, the current head of like technology, like not our
Yeah.
school, but like the entire school board, they've made it so that we're not allowed to use free programs.
What does that even mean? Free
We're not
programs.
allowed to use free programs for like school related stuff.
What does the Google Chrome is a free program? No.
No, no, no. We have a sponsorship with Google, our school,
Okay. Well,
so we're allowed to use that. But
fucking
like
what does
the
that even
school
mean?
doesn't
BlueJ.
actually allow
Blue.
us to use Audacity, or
Yeah.
like the editing software and like a few animation softwares,
Yeah.
because because they don't trust free software, which
That's
is the craziest thing
ridiculous.
ever. Yeah, like
So
we
many
have.
things can fall into the under the like umbrella of free programs. BlueJ is a
Yeah,
free program now. That's
that's
like
probably banned on our
we
school.
are literally using BlueJ in our computer science classes right now.
But yeah, there's heavy pushback against that because
Yeah.
obviously, and that's the reason why still we can still use stuff. Like, do you know they wanted to change? They wanted to replace our school's computer labs with Chromebooks. That's an
Why?
actual thing they wanted to
Wait,
do.
really?
That's an
Is it because
actual
of
thing
like
they wanted
budgeting
to do.
stuff or like what? Why?
It's basically they didn't see the point because they didn't think Chromebook could do anything less than a computer could.
Well,
Because there's
that's because they've never touched a Chromebook in their life.
literally, yeah, these people who are running our tech stuff don't know tech.
They haven't
And
seen the
like,
Chromebook crash because you opened up Google Mail.
yeah, no, it's like you're not gonna be editing on Adobe Premiere on a goddamn Chromebook. That is not even remotely how anything works. It's like I get a headache sometimes. Like thinking about it. You know, there's a situation. So my tech teacher talked about this. Um, he like was randomly in a party with like like one of like our tech like ministers or something, not minister, but high government position in
Yeah.
like the tech department, essentially, something along those lines. And he found out that my teacher was in like tech or something, and he was specifically in like filming because my teacher's like a film teacher, kind of like editing and stuff.
Yep.
So he found that out. So he gave my teacher his phone, and there's this picture that he had on the phone, and this government official asked my teacher that he wants a 360 view of the room in the picture.
That is fucking what? What does that even mean?
He's like, oh, I want to see the whole room with this one picture of like one side. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Like that's just
this is
he
not
needed to
possible.
comprehend that. like, what does that mean? Like he thought it was like a video or something. I don't know. Like you can't. He wanted him to create information from.
It's because what's it called? Like these people. Like, how old was that guy? Do you have any idea?
My teacher said like over like 60.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what I mean by like these people. They probably made it into their positions when they were young, so they understood everything back then. But obviously, don't understand things now. And like because they're so like trusted because they've worked at this like place for a million years, like they can't really lose their job even if they don't know anything about like anything. You know?
Bro, I'm waiting for like someone in power and like, oh yeah, actually no, don't bring up politics. Um, yeah, no, that's all right.
Okay,
I'm just
okay. So this might okay. I'm gonna say this, and you can cut it out if you want. But like in terms of Joe Biden,
yeah, that's what I was going to. That's why I stopped.
have you ever like looked at an 80-year-old person in your life and been like, I think they can run a country.
You know, they're Biden and Trump are going again. They're
Yeah,
both going again for another year. It's insane. Like, is there anyone under like 50 that's like just someone under 50,
I think
please?
Obama was under 50, if I, at least during his term.
Mm.
But that was the last time.
I genuinely didn't think Biden was gonna last. Like I thought he was gonna fall dead, like sometime.
I mean, it's somewhat likely. So
How many mess ups has he done? I don't want to see either of them go again.
yeah.
No, yeah, Jamil adds political views. I don't just two people who are actually comprehensive, and aren't old ancient people. Bro, I would if I was American, I would still not go for politics because I don't want to be killed off by the Clintons. But
So how far? Like, I don't even want to say it. If it's something that I don't even want to say out loud to my computer, like in case it hears me, I probably shouldn't say it in the
no, what
podcast.
is it?
No.
What are you talking about?
This is okay. I'll say a couple of keywords. Wendigoon, Martin Luther King.
Okay, we're not gonna go
Yeah.
into this. Not gonna.
Yeah, I actually don't think that I should
We're gonna leave
talk
that
about
in
that
though.
actually.
CIA,
Okay.
FBI. Anyways, we're not gonna add any more context. It's insane how okay, I grew up in third world country and
Yep.
stuff. There was downright corruption that they didn't try to hide, right? Because
Yeah.
it's just,
There's just no way
and
of
I
changing
realized
it.
that it's exactly the same here. There is no difference. They don't hide it. I mean, they try to, but kind of. But it's everybody knows, and it just they don't do anything about it. I don't see the difference between the only difference between a third world country and these countries, like Western America, Canada. It's just that our roads are cleaner. That's about it. I mean, I love Canada. Don't get me wrong.
I think Canada is one of the better ones, definitely.
Definitely. I love Canada. It's just that oh yeah, that's one thing that always annoys me. Just because you criticize something doesn't mean you don't like it.
I agree with that 100%.
It's something I see often. It's with American stuff and in comments about America, people complaining. It's well, why are you living here then?
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The stupidest statement I've ever heard.
If you like something, then you obviously want to see the things that you don't like about it get better, right?
Just ign- like just because you
Like
you have to complain for there to be good change. God
exactly.
damn it. It's not just, and these complaints aren't unfounded. They're not just people making things up. They're real issues.
Like
You
even
can't
in
just be oh, you don't like this? Go to a different country. Oh, that's not how it works, dummy.
like even in terms of something like
Oh,
a form of art, like if it
oh.
sucks, then you wouldn't care about it enough to criticize it. I feel like.
Mm,
Well, if you like something, you would criticize it because it's like, oh, I like this so much. If only this was different, you know?
yeah. The criticisms we have of countries are valid. There's something about patriotism or something. It's obviously some people love their country, and that I respect. Pog, good to you. But that doesn't mean it's perfect. Doesn't mean you can just ignore bad things.
Very
I've
true.
seen it happen. It's there's this one video I saw. It's this guy comparing Japan and America, and there was a lot of people in the comments were well, why don't you stick to Japan then? It's the guy is just raising really good points. You can't just be why don't you go back to Japan or something? It's just a stupid argument. That's not an argument. That's just you admitting you lost and be well, yeah, fuck you.
You know, you know, And while we're on the topic of dumb arguments, have you ever gotten like when you criticize like
Oh, the nerd emoji.
well, yes, that sucks as well. But when you criticize somebody that is really good at their job for something, like comments would be like, "Well, he can do it better than you. They can do it better than you." Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, just because someone can screenwrite better than me doesn't mean their movie doesn't have flaws.
Exactly. Yep.
Sure, I can't act, but I can still judge someone's shitty acting.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, I get that.
Like, I don't think any like sports analyst ever would have a job if that was a valid argument. You know.
Yeah, the only people who'd be qualified to judge Mike Tyson would be Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali isn't around, so big sad. Some people can't just lose an argument. It just they'd
Yeah.
rather just do something else, just end it in their own mind. It's like it's like this thing we actually learned about in psychology, which I got shocked that not everybody knew this. Cognitive dissonance.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely something that like people need to know.
It's just yeah. Let's explain that real quick. I feel like not enough people know that. I'm qualified because I'm a psychologist. I'm 17.
Yes,
Yeah, basically, cognitive dissonance is
it's
like a
hypocrisy.
conflict in your head that occurs when your beliefs don't match up with your actions.
Yep.
It's like when two contradictory like beliefs happen and your mind just kind of messes up and just ignores things. Basically, one example would be like, let's say you got into, let's say you have this belief that, actually no, that's way too political. I was gonna start mentioning cops.
Oh, that's chill, actually. That's
Yeah.
really chill.
Um. Um. Uh.
I just thought of an example, but that's also really, really bad. I don't think I want to make a commentary on Christianity in my first episode. I think you might know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
But
I wonder. You know, it's okay. One example. Let's say you get into a university you've always wanted to go to your entire life,
yeah,
and like you think it's amazing. You already thought that you went to a visit, and you always thought good things about it, and you tried your hardest to get in. You get in, and you basically hate that university. Like
yeah,
it's just horrible. But since you already have that belief that it's good, you'll
yep,
basically gaslight yourself into thinking it's good
yeah. That
because
also.
you're
Oh, go ahead.
the human mind doesn't like being wrong. Like it's an actual thing. It hates being wrong so much that it'll basically mess with your real feelings or just ignore facts to make you right, which is insane.
Same thing
Like,
goes
yeah,
with
you
like
go.
toxic relationships. Like if you've known somebody for many years and you like them and you're a friend with them, even if they start acting like in a bad way, you're gonna be talking about like, oh, I know that they're a good person. I've known them for this many
Yeah.
years, and just ignore the facts.
Another example would be like, well, this experiment actually done. And I can bring it up. I'll actually find it as I'm speaking. There was an experiment done like way back in the day about cognitive dissonance. So there's two groups of people that this was done to. Both of them did the same tasks, but one group of people was paid $1 for it, and the
Yeah.
other group was paid $20 for this.
Okay. Oh, did the people that were paid $20 like the task more, like when they were asked to describe it? Or...
No, let me. So basically, the task was an hour of just basically the most boring, mind-numbing, like moving knobs and like moving around like shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
For the sole purpose of nothing. It just they were given 1 hour to just waste their time
Sick.
and just actively done to make stuff boring. And then after the test, one group of people was given $1. Like they didn't know they were getting money for this
Yeah.
afterwards, or they did, but they didn't know how much. Something along those lines. One group of people was given $1, and the other group was given $20. Can you guess which group liked the task itself more
I
while
literally
being told to
just
ignore
said
the
that.
money?
I literally just
No,
said
Can you
the,
guess?
the twenty
Say.
dollars.
Wrong.
Really?
Wrong. It was the people who got $1 that said that they liked the task more. And you're like, what the hell does that? That doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's because basically in their head, they did something absolutely stupid for like
Yes.
they just wasted their time for
Oh,
a
so, so
dollar.
so because of that, they're like, okay,
Their
I see what you
cognitive
mean.
dissonance. They gaslight themselves into thinking that it was fun, so it was worth it. And so even if they got nothing in return, basically, it was still fun. While people who got $20 had their real like feelings out because they got paid for it, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's cognitive dissonance.
You can justify yourself better if you say that you enjoyed the task if you only got one
Yeah,
dollar as opposed to twenty
exactly.
dollars. Yeah.
It's
Whereas the people that got $20 can justify it by like, oh, I just did it to get the money. So
cognitive dissonance. It's self-gaslighting. It's actually yeah.
that's actually really cool because the assumption you would make would be that the $20 people liked it more.
Yeah, you'd think. That's why I was like that class. I like changed my mindset. I sort psychology should be like
Psychology is a
requirement.
W course definitely.
Yeah. There's a reason I like wanted to take psychology as a minor to like my business major
Yep.
for university, but then I realized that it doesn't matter. No matter what I do, it's like this comp sci will always be on top.
Pain.
But I love psychology though. Like, I mean, I literally basically therapize people for a
Yeah.
living,
That
and
should
I'm
be a new
really
word.
experienced.
You invented word therapizing.
I'm gonna switch it up. Therapize. It's a word,
It's a word?
no? Is it?
I mean,
Yeah,
if it says it's a word, then it's a word.
therapize.
It just didn't
To
sound.
subject someone to therapy.
Yeah, it just didn't sound like a word in my mind.
Yeah, therapize. Good.
Therapizing.
Mhm. The psychology is great because it makes sense. Like actually understanding the human mind.
Yeah.
It's like it should be a requirement. It should be a requirement for some
It's
reason.
also applies to everybody. Like everybody has you know, like it's a study
Yeah,
of humans.
it's something you'll always use, and
Yep.
everybody should know like stuff about like manipulation and whatnot, so you don't get manipulated into like it is probably the most important school like course in our school. Like honestly, and yet it's not a. It's just elective that
I mean,
not
I
many
haven't
people
taken
take.
open life management yet. That's in my second semester. That sounds like something that could arguably be more important, but I haven't taken it yet, so I can't judge it.
Yeah, you'll tell us one day in the future.
Yes.
Not
And also just like helping you recognize common world phenomenon, stuff like the bystander effect, you know.
you need to learn these things. Most people don't have a passion for these things. Being in a classroom, kind of being forced to learn would be better, honestly. For like I hated geography. Like I generally didn't learn anything in it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why it's an elective, but like
You mean you don't know why it's mandatory?
yeah, what's mandatory? Yeah, not elective. Anyways. What's a requirement? But like something like psychology that should be.
I mean, I feel like people can hate psychology too and just not understand the purpose. Like I've talked to people like that as well. It just depends.
Same with same with computer science. Actually, I think you should have at least like the first class of it just as a mandatory requirement because like everybody needs it in the future.
I didn't learn anything in grade 11, grade 10 computer science. So grade 11
Really?
might be a better like thing for that.
Like, what do they teach in grade 10 then?
I honestly don't remember. It was at a different school too, so the curriculum's different. But
Maybe we should wanna create our own school system. Let's go.
yeah, very easy thing to do.
Honestly, I would if you put me in a school and just let me make the entire curriculum, I would do a better job than what we have currently.
Maybe at least
It's not a maybe. It's like a guarantee. Like any current student would do a better job. I think. It's like for some reason after you create something, it's extremely hard to change it. Like I guess that's where ideas about like. Do you know what accelerationism is?
no.
If something is like doing badly, like whether it's a system of government or like some sort of other system, it's better to accelerate the process of its destruction and to create something new in
And to
its
try to
place that is
change it.
better than to actually change the object itself. It's better to basically destroy something and recreate it better than to just make it better through yeah.
Hmm.
Which I kind of agree with. I mean, I don't agree with the accelerating destruction. Actually, do I? I haven't thought about it much actually.
This should be a philosophy podcast.
Yeah, yeah. We just went from like so many different topics. It's actually
Yeah.
this is just like a normal Discord call we have. I think
Yep.
we've
It
done
isn't
every.
that different, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we just not mentioning the friend group or our friends as much. That's it.
Yep.
We will next time though.
We will.
Yeah, we're gonna talk all their secrets. We're gonna talk about their
Yes.
like, yeah,
For the whole
house
world to
layout,
know, we're gonna be awesome
bro.
friends.
Bro, I'm gonna like say their sin names before introducing them. Like sin names, what? Sin
What
number.
sin names?
Yeah, it's me, idiot. Be me, stupid.
Have you
Uh,
English?
English? Yes, very much. Also history. The classes like the mandatory.
Yeah.
Well, history in our school is mandatory. It's just that it's just a bad course. Like I didn't learn anything from history much.
I had a different
Like,
experience with history because I was in the other
yeah,
school.
you went to a better school, you piece of crap.
How dare I?
Yeah, people like me, we struggled. We had to listen to our teacher talk about nothing for 2 hours every day, for an hour and a half. I hated history in grade. Like I love history. Like I feel like everybody does actually love
Yep.
history because it's just stories. Just that you either have a really good history teacher or a really bad history teacher. I think,
What kind
and
of
I've
question is
always
that?
had really bad history teachers. Hmm?
What kind of would you rather have a good history teacher or bad history teacher? Like, of course you're gonna choose good.
Yeah, but it's just so many. Our teachers are just horrid.
Yep. That goes for almost every single subject where it's like not almost every single subject, but a lot of subject where it's like the actual like idea behind it is good, but because the teacher and like the curriculum is bad, like, you end up not liking the class even though you like the idea.
Yeah, that just shouldn't be the case, man. I don't think I've ever heard anyone like actually say they disliked history. Even like the bad like kids, like the delinquents, they enjoy like proper history lessons. Like which is weird to me, but like everybody does. It's just that they just teach it horribly. Just the worst way anyone has ever taught history, I think. Like if you let me onto the stage with like a history textbook, I would do a better job, I think. Like genuinely, if you let me run a school for like a year and see the effects of it, I think I think it'll be pretty fire.
Unfortunately, there's no way to test that. Oh
No,
no, you're gonna
there
be
is. Bro, I'm gonna like message up like after like one of the guys wins like the two homies wins the president title, we'll just hit him up and be like, yo, school, please? Like, can I make a school? We're like, okay, I'll hire you as a teacher, Ben. You'll be teaching fuck, comp sci.
comp sci.
Second.
No, I'm not teaching comp sci. You're not making me do that.
I mean, yeah, I'll be teaching history. You can teach math, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. We'll get Sinclair for English, and I'll get Tarantino for film class.
Right. Tarantino will
Or
be dead
Nolan.
by then. Oh,
Tarantino's not that old. What do you mean?
really? How old is he? I thought he was like 50 something.
Yeah, 50 isn't that old.
Well,
Can you
okay.
mean?
For them to be president, you need to be over 35 at least. And like nobody is
No, I'm
under
not talking. I
50.
don't want Tarantino to be president.
No, I'm talking about like one of our friends, bro. Like for one of our friends to be like high schoolers to be presidents. Like that would be many years in the future.
No, I was talking about Trump or Biden.
Sorry?
Because they're our homies, Trump or Biden,
Oh, one
being
of our two
president. Yeah.
homies.
Yeah. If like Sammy were to like become, if she were to become prime minister, I think that would work well. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, Tarantino would most definitely be dead by then, or be 80 and about as functional as Biden. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, psychology, great. Wait, are we like a psychology podcast now? I feel like that's been our main
We've
topic.
been many different podcasts, Joe.
But definitely, psychology is like our main, for sure.
It's also one episode.
No, it's our
No?
main. It's our main thing. Speaking of psychology, Hamlet.
Hamlet. We are, for
Yeah,
context, doing Hamlet in our English class right now.
yeah, I love Hamlet. Uh,
It is actually.
actually,
I'm enjoying Hamlet. Like
yeah,
that's
honestly,
kind of rare for Shakespeare plays, but
yeah. Like, thank God we're not like reading it. Like, I actually like
I'm reading it.
watching it happen.
I'm reading some of it
Like,
at least. I'm watching some of it. It's fine either
yeah,
way for me at
yeah.
least.
Like, we're watching the. What's the version we're watching?
Brana?
Brahma. Okay. Yeah, it's honestly like I'm enjoying it. Stuff that's happening. Like, there's actual. Like, I understand why people like Shakespeare so much. I really do. Also, much better than Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. I think
uh,
introducing that as Shakespeare is pretty bad. Not the
like,
best
yeah.
introduction. His discography is the word.
I mean, it was probably cool at the time.
Of
All of
course.
Shakespeare's plays have like noble people, like royalty kind of.
Yep.
That's because that's what the common people wanted to see. Are you? Do you know any royals, Benjamin?
Uh, I know Lord. No, I don't. Sorry, that was really
I was
bad.
like, yeah, do not hit as hard. But I'm trying to get involved in the English political scene. Is
What
there any like
are you? You're trying to get involved in a lot of things. You're trying to get involved in business, computer science, psychology, teaching.
you gotta you gotta have dreams?
You gotta become the ultimate person at the
Yeah.
end of this.
So checking myself out. Um,
Okay.
I think we should have an innate drive to just be great, but at the same time,
Every single
you know,
person's
different
definition. That's
psychology thing.
the great is also a subjective term.
Okay, let's go back to inferiority. Like, there's so many people I know that like compare themselves to other people, which is just bad. Like, just genuinely bad.
That's just natural, though.
I mean, fair, but there's a. It's fine to compare yourself to others, but when you actually start taking it as like kind of
Yeah,
fact,
when it's like affecting your mental health too.
it's like everything you think is just subjective. It's just like
Yep.
you think they're better, but like reality, like sure, maybe they're better than you at that one thing, but you can't just say they're better than you at everything. And even if they were, like realistic, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter at all.
I deal with that a lot in like people. Like not me personally, just you know, Jamil therapist. Well, so many people, so many. I think, I think, yeah, it's like this. Like people see these movies with like everybody with like being the main character, like stories and stuff, and they feel the need to be like that.
I feel
I
like even more than that is social media.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's living the life. Everybody's this or that. You're gonna be average. If most people watching this, we probably ourselves, we aren't destined for greatness. We are not born of fallen angels. We are.
We're not
Mm,
God's strongest soldiers or whatever.
we're not born of fallen angels. We're born of apes.
But then you can argue that
Uh,
that's like not a growth mindset. Like that's not trying to achieve
yeah,
something.
we should have, but just because you're not great person, just because you're not famous or rich, doesn't mean you're nothing. Like, I don't know. Like, the thing that I find makes life worth it is like just normal human connection.
Hmm.
And
And if you value that, who can tell you that your life is like worse than like this great and rich and famous person?
yeah, because like genuinely, like for me, like I've had a lot, like growing up differently, among other things. It's just like it's always people that make things worth it. Being rich would solve most of my problems. Like that's just a fact. But like the end goal, like the thing that gives me happiness is like other people, mostly other people. Like a lot of the things. Which is that money helps with everything else.
Yeah.
Overall, I value people over money. It's just that. But I know a lot of people don't. They would just like kill most of their friends for like a few mil. I know that. I know that too. Which is sad, I think. Because I think like that just means like you've never really gotten close to someone. And people are great, like genuinely. If you can like get to know someone well, get close, become friends, whatever. Or like, nah, yeah, it's worth it. Mhm. But to do that, I feel like most people don't know how to do that.
I don't. Not really, at least. Like, I don't know the
Yeah,
formula.
no, it's kind of just letting yourself go, like just, like having the confidence and trust to just trust people to not destroy you completely.
I'm sure that
Mm,
there are other people that have had different experiences that feel completely different just because that's their lived experience, though.
yeah,
Like people that have been abandoned or something.
yeah, that's bound to hurt.
All based on perspective.
I hate perspective. There's only one factual truth, and that's what I see. Nobody else is even real.
We're all figments of your imagination, Jamil.
I'm the main character. Only I exist. It's an empty world.
You are Truman.
No. Truman is basically like being controlled and stuff. He's ignorant. I am the opposite. I know everything. Jamil not being narcissistic. Compilation.
Well, we can have a compilation of that by the end, after podcast 50. I'm sure we can have enough of those.
Definitely. It'll be like 5 hours long by itself.
Well, I think we're gonna end off here. I think that was a solid first episode.
Yeah, I think so. For us, it's like 2 hours.
We went all over the place, definitely.
For sure, for sure. Although it's like basically just a normal Discord call.
Yep. Probably
But
gonna be
next
putting.
time.
Yep, next time. We're probably gonna be posting
Next time
these.
on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I'll
We'll
be telling you guys about everyone. Everyone I know.
everyone's secrets.
All our friends. Just telling you guys all of their secrets.
We're probably gonna be
You.
posting these like once every week. So look forward to that.
Yeah, weekly. The weekly Ben and Jay Discord call. We're probably gonna come up with a name for this by the time we get the second episode. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Thank you for
Okay.
watching. See you all later.
Bye bye.